Hey, the king is back, and today I got a fire banger video. Okay, UFC tier list for the best strikers. We're gonna figure out who the best strikers in the UFC are. We're gonna dig into the meat and potatoes of it, okay, and we're gonna give 100% factual information that cannot be disputed. Now, this is the perfect time right now. You know, we're in the dark ages. Okay, there's no UFC this weekend, so I can just pretty much put out whatever type of video I wanted. And we have 5 different tiers. Okay, starting off with a silly Billy. You're a silly Billy, okay? D tier. Then we got tough guy, okay? C tier. Then we got Tai Lung from the famous film Kung Fu Panda. You're in B tier because you're a good striker, but Tai Lung got beat up a little bit. Then we got Shaolin Monk A tier. You're like that, okay? You're really good. And then we got Pound for Pound, which is S tier. Now, I just want to say real quick. Let's say there's someone who I think's in the B tier, but they're a really reckless striker. That don't mean you go into silly Billy, okay? The names are just there for fun, okay? The letters are what's the important bit. Anyway, man, just straight from the get-go, we got Islam Makhachev, who is going straight into the S tier, okay? First of all, in the first fight with Alexander Volkanovski, he was outstriking him in the first round too. I do believe he lost that fight, but I do remember the first round Volk was really struggling to get anything off, and obviously Volk is going to be high up on this list. Outstrikes Dustin Poirier, okay. Outstrikes Charles Oliveira, 2 people who are also going to be on good spots in this list, as you can imagine, right? Islam Makhachev's striking is the best part of his game, and that is a amazing thing to say when he's also such an amazing wrestler. You know what I'm saying? So Islam Makhachev for me is a easy S tier, okay. He's top 3 striker in the UFC, straight up. Next up, we got a guy who Islam Makhachev fought and knocked out, Volkanovski, who's going in the A tier. Now, if you asked me about like a year or 2 ago, Volk probably would have been S tier. Okay, he probably would have been S tier, but you know, he got knocked out by Islam Makhachev, got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. But if we're looking at that, okay, I don't think Ilia's a better striker, right? I think that's more of a power thing. Then when it comes to Islam, Islam's in the S tier first of all, so getting outstruck by him in the second fight more specifically isn't a slight on your skill set, okay? It isn't at all. And then we look at the guys he outstruck. Third round, Yair Rodriguez completely outstruck him. Outstruck Max Holloway very clearly in the first and third fight, and the second fight is up to debate, but still, okay, completely outstruck him in the third fight. Completely outstruck Brian Ortega. Decimated, put a beating on Korean Zombie. Was winning the striking exchanges against Islam Makhachev in the second half of their first fight. Won the first round against Ilia Topuria. Volk, in my opinion, is as high as you can get in A tier. Okay, moving on. Michael Chandler, okay, this fucking doofus, okay, this idiot, this imbecile, okay. Let's look at it real quick. Let's look at who he beat. Beat Dan Hooker. That win is good right now because, you know, Dan Hooker's on a bit of a resurgence, but Dan Hooker fucking fell off pretty much completely after that win. And then he knocked out Tony Ferguson. So these are the people he outstruck, okay? Outstruck obviously Charles in the first round and Dustin in the first round of both of those fights, but he ended up getting knocked out by Charles, and then he was rocked really badly at the end of the first against Dustin and didn't win on the feet for the rest of it. Obviously very competitive against Gaethje as well. But this guy, as everyone knows, is a smooth brain, okay? He's a smooth brain. The IQ isn't there. He's powerful and fast and, you know, very athletic. But like, I don't think he's very good at striking. I think it's more natural abilities. And I think he's in the D tier, man. Okay, he's in the D tier. Moving on to someone who, you know, showing him that he's in the D tier. we got Charles the Bronx, who I'm putting straight in the beater. Now, this may be a bit controversial, and I understand that like on his like title run, he ended up hurting all of those guys on the feet at some point. I can't remember if he hurt Dustin, but like I still got to take into account like those guys still knocked him down really bad. Especially I mean the Gaethje one was nasty where it was a bit delayed, and then Chandler one was really bad. That was a really bad knockdown, and he got outclassed on the feet against Islam, who is in the S tier, so it's not that bad. But Charles has moments in his striking. He's never just winning. He held back a lot against Armin. He's never just winning strike like an entire round of just striking. He's very dangerous and he has moments, and he might be top 3 best guys in the UFC of capitalizing on those moments. But a lot of the time he's getting outstruck for the majority of his fights. Obviously he's a very skilled striker though, who's insanely dangerous, and I wouldn't say he's reckless. He's not the smartest, right? But he's not dumb. He's not a Chandler level of dumb. I think Peter is the perfect position for Charles the Bronx. Like, so we got someone who Charles actually sat on their arse. We got Justin Gaethje, who I also think is in the beater. Now this may be a bit controversial, but I don't think Charles is any better of a striker than Justin is. I don't think that at all. Justin knocked him down twice. Charles knocked him down coming out of the clinch. I don't think Charles is any better of a striker than Justin is. I think they're at very similar levels. Obviously Justin hits very hard. He used to be pretty dumb, but he's smart while also taking a lot of risks and being very aggressive. Obviously he knocked out Barboza, amazing striker, knocked out Dustin, the rematch, and then held up against him in the first fight. He won against Michael Chandler in a 3-round war. Justin's a very, very good striker, but I don't think he's in the A tier. I don't think he's one of the best in the UFC. And then we got trifecta here right now. We got trifecta lightweights. Dustin, Poirier. I think all of these guys are relatively the same in striking. Okay, obviously not styles, but if we're talking skill, I don't think any of these guys are particularly better than the others. I don't remember if Charles ended up knocking down. I know he didn't. He submitted him. I know that. I don't know if he knocked him down at any point in that fight. I know Dustin knocked down Charles though with a glancing shot. I know that. Obviously, Dustin has one of the most insane resumes we've ever seen, ever. Okay, you know, beat Chandler, beat Justin, even a Bobby Green win is a very good win to have in your resume. Beat Eddie Alvarez, beat Max Holloway, who, you know, is not as good as Max now, but still a great win in general. I think all of these guys are in the beater, okay, and I don't think that should be controversial, okay. But I say okay a lot, I don't know why. But anyway, moving on to the next guy. We got Leon Edwards, who I also think is in the B tier, and I'll explain why, because I feel like a lot of people probably believe that Leon should be in the A tier, which I disagree with. First of all, the guy, this has been said before, he plays down to his opponent level, and he never pushes that action. Never. He's well too comfortable being up against the cage, being on his back foot, being the one that has to counter strike. But that was the perfect example. Literally, not saying this is all Leon had to do, but in the like 3rd and 4th round, I was talking to my mates, right, and I'm saying he's so comfortable being up against the cage, but Bilal can't get a takedown against him unless it's not up against the cage. But Leon is still just so comfortable walking backwards. I think it is the biggest hole in Leon's game. He's obviously very diverse. I think he could very much get into A tier, but he's well too passive. Well too passive. And his biggest issue is the comfortability on his back foot, being up against the cage. He don't give himself enough room to work. When he does have that room and he's kind of in the right range, he's definitely an A tier level striker, but he doesn't let himself do that. And I understand Bilal's obviously like pressuring him, but like, come on, man, come the fuck on. And I feel like another thing with that helps Leon striking is, for example, in the Diaz fight, you know, he's like I say, he's diverse. He'll do trips, he'll do takedowns out of nowhere. So I think he could very much get into A tier, but I think for right now he's a B tier level striker. Anyway, next up, this I think this will be controversial. We got Shavkat C tier. I will explain this because I have a very strong opinion on Shavkat. I'm sorry, man. This guy's defense is fucking terrible. It is so bad. It is so bad. Zero head movement. I'm telling you, because I don't rate JDM as high as other people, but JDM will knock Shavkat out. Okay, he will knock him out. Shavkat's up close boxing defense is some of the worst I've ever saw. You watch that Jeff Neal fight. Please watch that Jeff Neal fight. Okay, he is so vulnerable to just getting his head boxed off. Okay, I understand he's very diverse, he's very aggressive, he does damage, okay, and he has the threat of the takedown to help him with his striking, and he does fucking spinning kicks. Woo, you know what I mean? But I'm sorry, man, the guy's defense is really bad. It's not even like it's mid, it's bad. His defense is bad. He does not have good defense. Offensively, he's very good. You know, very tall, very rangy, but he also does kind of get up close. But I'm sorry, man, his defense is lacking. His defense is lacking, and he's gonna get his fucking head boxed off at some point. I don't think it'll be Bilal. I'll say that. I don't think it'll be Bilal, but I think Usman would beat Shavkat in striking. I believe that. I truly do. I think JDM, even though I think JDM's overrated, I think JDM will box his head off. I think he belongs in the C tier, man. Oh, bro, sniffles, man. Shit. Anyway, next up we move on to Kamaru Usman, who's also in the C tier. I just said I think he would beat Shavkat. I do, but that's just because I think Usman would land a big punch that'd fuck him up. Okay, but I don't think he's a miles better striker. With Usman, he's very God gifted with power. He's just got nasty power. His jab's insane, man. He has a really nasty, stiff jab that does a lot of damage. His jab is the best part of his stand up. 100%. You know, the head movements is there. It exists. He moves his head. Against Leon, he moved in the wrong direction. Got his fucking head caved in with a fucking massive thigh going straight into it. But I think Usman's boxing is really good, man. Obviously, he don't have much apart from that, except from wonky legs that barely work. But I think he's C tier, man. I think he's definitely C tier. Now, next up, we got Wonderboy. Wonderboy's going straight into A tier, okay? Practically nobody in Wonderboy's division can compete with him on the feet. Think about every single Wonderboy loss except from the Pettis one, which he was winning. He gets took to the ground. Gilbert Burns, took him to the ground. Bilal Muhammad, took him to the ground. I'm trying to think about other recent losses he has. He's not like fought much in the past like few years. I genuinely can't think, but the Woodley one, it's a bit different. Woodley obviously like had his big moments, but like through the overall course of the fight, Wonderboy was outstriking him. In my opinion, Wonderboy won the Darren Till fight. There's never really been anyone that's outstruck Wonderboy ever. He's always been the better striker in his fights, and the only guy who really has competed through the entirety of the fight is Prime Darren Till. Okay, I find it funny how you got to say Prime Darren Till when the guy's only 31 years of age, so like, he should be in his prime right now. But Wonderboy's a clear A tier for me, clear. Next up, we got Max Holloway. Okay, Max Holloway goes straight into the A tier, into the Shaolin Monk tier, because this guy has leveled up. He throws so much, and it lands. It's not wasted. His cardio, he has the best standing cardio out of any UFC fighter. Grappling's a bit different, obviously that's Marab, but he has the best standing cardio out of any UFC fighter. And the guy's just insane. Now he's got the power to boot. He's also very intelligent with it as well. He's integrated more kicks into his game. His defense has got better. And he can literally outstrike anyone except from a Volkanovski a year or two ago. I do not know who I'm picking out of Max and Ilya. But right now, I'm praying for Max. And I think the guy's definitely an A-tier striker. Next up, we got Izzy. Izzy's a controversial one, okay? I think Izzy's A-tier. Izzy's a controversial one. Because, you know, he's been outstruck a few times on a few occasions. But let's look at who he got outstruck by. First of all, the second Whitaker fight. There's been this false fucking narrative that's been pushed around about how Whitaker was robbed in that fight. This was, I swear to God, at the time, no one was saying this. This has literally just been pushed like 2.5 years after the fight happened. Okay, he did not lose that fight. He won that fight, in my opinion, and I'm not even an Izzy fan like that. I wanted Whitaker to win that fight. But then, let's look at the Pereira loss. He was winning that fight, got TKO'd, whatever, right? But he's shown the skill in that. Okay, because he was winning that fight. Then we got the Strickland one, which is his worst one. Inexcusable. Okay, inexcusable. Showed a massive hole. Jan Blachowicz obviously got outstruck by 3 rounds and then got wrestled the last 2 rounds. Jan Blachowicz, another amazing striker. He was outstriking Dricus. Okay, so we got 2 losses from Izzy where he's been outstruck. Those 2 guys he's been outstruck by are some of the best strikers we've ever saw in the higher weight classes. Ever. EVER, ever. Okay, underline it. Izzy gets too much hate in the sense of his fighting ability. You can hate his personality. Izzy is a tremendous striker. He's in the A tier, deservedly so. Anyway, next up we move on to a guy who beat Izzy. Okay, we got Dricus Duplessis. Now Dricus is he's a complicated issue. Because, you know, he don't look the best. Actually, he looks terrible, in fact. Okay, he looks fucking terrible. But, you know, what works is what works. And it's C or B. I'd put him B. You know, he's, people get confused. Dricus is not reckless. Okay, he's very aggressive, but he's not stupid. He doesn't just have, like, his chin up in the air or whatever the fuck. Obviously, his shot selection can be questioned. But you know, he does what works. He's aggressive. He's constantly punching. He has the threat of the takedown as well, and the submission threat. That helps with his striking because the other person's worrying about that. He has tremendous power. He has KO ability. If he hurts you, he's gonna finish you. Okay. Dricus, in my opinion, listen, we all know it doesn't look good. But it works, man. It works, and that's that. And next up, we got Robert Whitaker, another guy who's in the A tier, in my opinion. You know, he did, even though I do think Izzy won, he competed with Izzy on the feet, and it wasn't a landslide or anything. I do think Izzy 5-0'd him, from what I remember. Could be wrong there. I do remember thinking Izzy clearly won, but like, you know, Robert definitely held his own. I think he's lower on the A tier than Izzy, but I think he's a better striker than Dricus. I know Dricus finished him, right? But that's just Dricus being a fucking freak. That's just Dricus being weird. Aside from that, Whitaker schools people on the feet, man. The Darren Till fight, you know, he won that fight. That was a very good fight. Like, I remember watching that. That was a very fun fight. But anyway, you know, schools Jared Cannonier. Schools Marvin fucking Mid-Vittori. I'm a Paulo Costa fan, so I was saying at the time Paulo should have won. He shouldn't have. But Robert schools everyone, man. Schools Kelvin Gastelum. When he just technically bullies them. He's such a good striker, and I think he's gonna knock Hamzat the fuck out. So he's A tier. Next up, we got Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's B, in my opinion. I think he, style-wise, was a nightmare for Izzy. He's the best at what Izzy's the worst at in striking. and you know, he capitalized, fair play. He's a tremendous boxer, but Sean Strickland's biggest problem for me is he literally just only has boxing. Like, he'll kick, he'll throw a front kick or something. But like, for example, at the start of every Sean Strickland fight, in the first minute he'll throw leg kicks and then he'll fucking forget about it. He'll completely forget. And for me, Sean Strickland, obviously tremendous boxer, tremendous S-tier boxer for UFC standards, but he just doesn't have anything else. The Dricus fight, I thought he won, but you know, I think he beat it. I think stylistically, with Izzy, he got knocked the fuck out cold by Pereira, and yeah, I think he beat it, man. Next up, we got Tom Aspinall. A tier, A fucking tier. Okay, this guy's A tier. There's no conversation to be had. The speed he has, especially for a heavyweight. Okay, he's faster than some fucking lightweights are. The power, the intelligence, the head movement. He has everything you could want in a striker. Like, there's genuinely, like, obviously he can get hit. Like, head movement sometimes can fuck you over, especially at heavyweight. But come on, man, come the fuck on. As a striker, Tom Aspinall is perfect, literally perfect. So he should arguably be S tier, but you know, like I said before, he's open to being hit. But he's literally perfect, man. Okay, he's A tier. Now next up we got Yuri Prochazka, and I'm sorry, man, let's go straight into the C tier. Offensively, great, very varied, very unpredictable, powerful, fast. You know, if we speak offense, it's great. If we're speaking defense, though, for me, if you don't even keep your hands up, then you're C to the max, man. Okay, at the very maximum, you're getting C to. The defense is lacking so much, so much. Like, zero defense, 100% offense, zero defense, man. The most you're getting is C tier, but at least with Chandler. Like, Chandler's in D tier. At least with Chandler won't be winning and then fuck up. Okay, Yuri either just fucking gets knocked out and is losing like the entire fight, or actually no, he was winning the prayer fight. But get my point. He's C tier. Okay. Next on, Jan Blachowicz, A tier, man. Best leg kicks in the UFC. Okay, he checks them so well as well. Jan Blachowicz is a monster, man. He's pretty old as well, man. He's like 41. Intelligent, powerful, Polish power. The speed, he's not like crazy fast or anything like that, but you know, he's not lacking in speed. The leg kicks are insane, and he has the threat of the takedown as well, which obviously helps with his striking. Outstruck, is he? I think he outstruck pretty much everyone he's fought, except from Alex. Jan's a beast, man. Jan's an underrated beast, and I'm trying to think, who's he fighting next? It's way to our fight schedule, I can't think right now. But Jan's a beast, man. Jan's 80, okay. Next up we got Johnny, get the fucking Peter, man. What the fuck? This guy's Chandler, but he won't even be winning the fight. He's losing the entire time and then gets knocked the fuck out anyway. Bro, no chin. Powerful and fast. Powerful, fast and unpredictable, but no chin, no IQ. Just not very good, man. Just blatantly, like, not very good. Right, next up we got Cyril Gane. Gane's A tier, man. I feel with Gane for me is on the level of Aspinall. You couldn't get me to pick which one's a better striker, right? But Gane, obviously very fast, very technical, especially for heavyweight. The footwork, I actually think Aspinall's faster than him, but you know, Gane is more varied with attacks than Aspinall is. Gane's, you know, fast, powerful, intelligent, has all the tools in his arsenal: elbows, knees, kicks, punches. But I think the problem with Gane is he don't really have his hands up a lot. He depends a lot on head movement and at heavyweight. So does Aspinall. But heavyweight, I mean, he's been knocked down with fucking tied to a Vasa, man. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Fucking 8-10, man. Still great though. Now next up we got Ilia Topuria. First of all, fuck him. Okay, I don't like him, but he's an A tier. That's a fact. Okay. For me, okay, let me just get into what Ilia is first. Intelligent, powerful, fast, insane boxing. He can do more than fucking boxing as well, but you know, that's his bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? Ilia's insane. Bro, I'm fucked up, man. I'm fucked up, shit. Ilia, insane on the feet, straight up. I do not think he's better than Volkanovski. I think that, like, technically, I would actually say Volk's a bit better, but that was more of the power imbalance between the two, and Volk obviously being older, coming off a KO, whatever the fuck. Like I said before, man, if I don't know whether to pick you, I mean, if you're fighting Max Holloway and I'm questioning whether to pick you or not, that means you're an amazing striker. Okay, Ilia is A tier, and if he beats Max, might even go up to S. Max also might go up to S if he beats Ilia, vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, next up, Yair Rodriguez. This fucking... This is a hard one, man. Cause I'll do this off the top of the head. He's B, man. He's B because, like, a lot of the shit he does is useless. Like, I get it, it's cool, it's flashy, but it's fucking useless, man. Okay, I'm sorry. That Holloway fight, from what I remember thinking at the time, it wasn't as close as people were acting. I thought Holloway clearly won that fight. He got beat the fuck out of in the third round of him and Volk. And I think he's a bit overrated, man, just because of how he fights. People overrate how good he actually is as a striker. He's definitely a very good striker. But, bro, Yair is not a better striker than Charles. He's not, I'm not saying he's worse. He's not a better striker than Leon. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the right tier for him. Anyway, next up we got, who do we got? We got Corey Sandhagen. Okay, I nearly pulled up the guy that's after him. Corey Sandhagen, in my opinion, is another guy who's in B. Just kind of does, like, bare minimum. Okay, listen, man, you got a few KOs in 2020, 2021, you know, against two guys who are no longer in the UFC, in Frankie Edgar and Marias. Marlon, that's his first name. I get it, cool. But, bro, that last fight, you know, he didn't push it forward. Corey Sandhagen has all the tools, all the abilities, insane fight IQ. He could definitely be A to 100%, but he's just too apprehensive. He's too mellow. He's too happy to kind of do the bare minimum and just like win a fight. You know what I'm saying? For me, he's B tier, but he has all the tools to not be B tier. Next up, we got Brandon Moreno. This fucking, I don't like this guy. I have a hate boner for this guy because I think he's a little weirdo. But he's gonna beat her as well. You know, he's very fast, very technical. The power isn't there. He's very open to being hit, so you know it's a bit of a mixed bag. And I think that places him in B tier. I don't think he's an A or S tier striker. You know, like I said, he has good qualities, he has bad qualities, he's not a bad striker at all. But like I say, he's open to being hit, but he can hit you as well. He's not very powerful, but he'll hit you a lot. He'll wear you down. He'll hit a nice body kick on you like he did Kaka or France. He's B tier. I don't think he's higher than that, but he's good. Next up, we got Song Yadong. Another B tier guy. Obviously great boxing, but I don't think his boxing is the best of the best. I think it can be because he's still very young. He's like 26 or something like that. But you know, I don't think he has the best of the best boxing, but he has very good boxing. He has some leg kicks. But I mean, he lost to Peter Yan. I'm trying to think who else he lost to. He lost to Corey Sandhagen. You know, he's another guy who's in B. So My what the fuck did I just get sent? Fucking share the TikTok. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm doing shit. Fucking hell. Anyway, but yeah, he's B. Great boxing, but you know, it's not the best of the best. Anyway, next up, we got... Get the fucking D tier, prick. All of the tools are there, and none of them are used. You don't use them. All the tools are there, all the abilities, long and rangy, powerful, quick, but like, you don't use them. Your IQ's so low, you hold yourself so far back. Chito, you're in D tier, okay? Nowhere near as aggressive as he should be. He has all the tools, but he's being held back by that brain of his that won't let him use those tools. Okay, it's so self-inflicted that it hurts. It hurts to say, but you're in D tier, man. You've the only thing that saves you is your ability to get a knockout out of anywhere. But you're still D tier, man. I'm sorry, I don't want to put you there, but you are. And we got a guy who dominated him. We got Chito and O'Malley. Get in the S tier. Get in the S tier, man. He just lost to that little freak show, Marab. But that was wrestling. And in my opinion, Chito has all the abilities that you'd want a striker to have. Long, rangy, powerful, quick, intelligent on the feet. I mean, let's look at it, man. I thought he beat Peter Yan personally. Very close fight though. You can't deny that. Very close fight. So you got Peter Yan, who he struck with, who's in... I've not put him yet. You'll see later. But you got Peter Yan, right? He's outstruck. He decimated Chito Oliveira for 5 rounds, okay? Pedro Munoz, he was winning. And then, like, Peter... I mean, knocked out Aljo, who... Aljo's an underrated striker. He can definitely strike. And then even if we look at the guys that Kanzi was fighting, he did exactly what you should be doing to Cans. Decimating them. Destroying them. The Chris Medino fight was brutal to watch, man. He's an S tier, no matter what you think of him and what you think of his last fight. He's an S tier striker. Anyway, next up we only got 2 more now. We only got 2 more. We got Figgy. Figgy's B tier, man. I mean, I'm tempted to put him A. I'm tempted to put him A, but I'm not going to. Figgy's B tier in my opinion. Fairly intelligent, you know, fast, insanely powerful when he was down at flyweight, and now at bantamweight it's kind of evened out a bit, but you know, I'd still say he's definitely more powerful than your average bantamweight. You know, he never guards. It's just pure head movement. But you know, he has been outstruck. He was outstruck in overall in that first Brandon Moreno fight. You know, Figgy had the big moments. But you know, yeah, my brain just malfunctioned. But yeah, man, Figgy does have pretty much everything. But like, I just feel like throughout his UFC career, he's not. I don't think Figgy's as good as a striker as an Ilia Topuria. Let me say it like that, okay? And the last final guy we got, there's other people in this tier list, but like, I don't think they're very interesting for me to do. Got Peter Yan, the last guy. Where's he gonna go? That makes it look so much better because it's like a double row. He's not going B though. He's going A, man. You know, and near the top of A. I think with Peter Yan, obviously the Sean O'Malley fight, extremely competitive, whether you think he won or lost. Most people thought he won. Then the first Aljo fight, decimated him. Second Aljo fight, he won when it was on the feet. You got the Jose Aldo fight where I thought Aldo won the first 3 rounds, but I'm a massive Aldo fan. If I was to put Aldo on here, he's not on this list. If I was to put Aldo on here, he'd be A. I love Aldo. But with Yan, you know, he won that fight with his wrestling, but for the first 3 rounds, he was still very competitive with Jose. You know, beat Sung Yadong. I'm trying to think what else. He didn't really get a show against Marab, but he's I mean, on his come up, man, knocking out Uriah Faber as well. On his come up, very dominant striker. You just see it, like he passes the eye test. And yeah, Peter Yan's an amazing striker, man. He's definitely an A tier. Now the top three, I think Alex is the number one. I think Sugar's a better striker than Islam. But there you go, man. That's my list. That's my rambling done. You know, I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe or any of that. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. And I'm out in a bit.